Hey nerds, I will review my top 5 moments and honorable mentions from the 10th episode of The Pitt, Season 2, starting now. Welcome back to the Nerd Social. I am Colin. Before we start, chapter times are below if you want to skip ahead. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, please check out our website, thenerdsocial.org, for more reviews and analysis from our contributors. So, episode 10 is titled 4 p.m. It is written by Simran Baldwin and it is directed by Damian Marcano. So this 10th episode, they didn't have a spoiler-free logline when I had the press screener. So this episode was a bit shorter than last week's episode, but it was so much more intense. It reminded me of the earlier episodes of the season where they made every minute count and the episode went by really quickly. The patients in this episode made the doctors and nurses really push themselves mentally and physically. Some of them are just hanging by a thread and have the potential to spiral out of control. Actually, one doctor did and another was at the brink. In terms of rating, I would give this 10th episode a 10 out of 10, which is a theater rental. The show continues to deliver quality television every week. I'm glad that we get to have this show on back-to-back years, which is not common now with the streaming shows. I did visit some fan pages on social media, and it was interesting to see the comments about last week's episode being too political with the Asian boys storyline. First of all, to me and a lot of folks, healthcare is political. Maybe the writers want to offer a different storyline of how the boy had his fingers blown off, but that's what they chose to do. Second, the storyline with the patients with no health insurance is also political, but was there the same amount of criticism on that? Third, there were allusions in the first season to anti-vaxxers. A show like this, where lives are at stake, cannot really leave politics outside of the doors of the emergency room. That's just not reality. It may not be as apparent in real life as portrayed on the show, but it's also there. Denying that means that a person is missing a critical piece of what the current healthcare system is all about. As I review my top 5 and honorable mention moments, there are spoilers ahead for The Pitt Season 2, Episode 10. So get ready for that right now. Okay. So we start off with my honorable mention number 2, which is Becca's confession to Mel. After Mel's deposition, Becca told Mel that she had a UTI from having intercourse with her boyfriend, which left Mel very shocked. Not sure what is going to happen with this one, but I did see the preview for episode 11. It didn't go very well for Mel. Maybe there will be even more tests done to see if there are other STIs that are waiting to strike for Becca. The first honorable mention is Javadi and Mohan's mommy issues. Roxie, being one of her patients, has really affected Javadi in a lot of ways, and hopefully she can have some reconciliation with her mom, but it doesn't seem to appear that way because she's also concerned about how she has messed up a couple of times already. We see in the preview for episode 11, there's another carryover effect with that. Her mom is thinking that she is a better doctor than working in the ER. The other is going away on a trip with a guy for a year, which is Dr. Mohan's mother. Both situations are different, but very stressful to the point where Dr. Mohan had a panic attack. We'll get to that later. So my number 5 moment was saving the leg. So right here, Ogilvy's actually holding the leg. It is cut out in this scene, but it was pretty graphic. This was at the beginning of the episode, and you see the severed leg in a bag of ice so they could potentially reattach it. There was a surgeon called the Shark that quickly diagnosed the problem while Dr. Whitaker tries to keep up. The Shark, what I was told by my wife, is the son of Lou Ferrigno, who is famous for portraying the Hulk in the old television series. Hopefully we get to see that her leg gets sewn back to her body, because it was pretty awful accident. This was the carryover from last week's episode where there was a water slide accident and there was another patient where his finger was almost exploding because his ring was there and he's trying to save his son. Hopefully there is some resolution to the water slide accident. My number 4 is Dr. Landon to lecturing Dr. Santos. It was a humbling moment for Dr. Santos as a second-year resident who is brilliant and at times very arrogant, with Dr. Landon now critiquing how to manage a patient. The underlying factor behind all of this is that Dr. Santos felt Dr. Landon should have been fired for his transgressions from season 1, and because of that, she blames him for not being able to get ahead and be noticed. Dr. Garcia basically just told Dr. Santos here in this scene to stay focused on the task at hand and not worry about what others are going through. My number 3 moment is Dr. Joy Kwan's insistence on Dr. Mohan getting into the wheelchair and getting checked for her panic attack. 2 very headstrong women going at it, and Dr. Kwan won out. I think that Dr. Kwan is slowly becoming like an unsung hero in this season. Sometimes tough love is needed to stop another person from endangering themselves and others, especially in this situation where lives are at stake, and she's claiming that she's fine, but she's not. It leads to Dr. Robby really lambasting her because the way that she is reacting to her mommy issues. So definitely later on, Dr. Robby apologized for his outburst, and hopefully Mohan is in a better place. Then we get to number 2, which is Roxie's final moments. This was a very sad way to end the episode. Dr. Giovanni really couldn't keep it together, and Dr. McKay was barely holding on. But at the very least, she was able to tell her older son to reconsider not saying I love you to his mother. That was very beautifully done. I really enjoy this show for showing that type of compassion, even though through all of the stressful moments that this show portrays, there is that moment of levity, of compassion, empathy, which Dr. Al-Hashimi has really stressed to Dr. Robby to have in those moments. Dr. Robby doesn't really have that because he's really dealing with his grief from season 1, but you definitely see it from Dr. McKay throughout the season so far. And then my number 1 moment has to be Dr. Al-Hashimi saving the young boy's life by performing a risky procedure to get the blood out of the airway so that the other doctors can bag the boy properly. This move took a lot of guts, and what she said was her first time doing it for real. Everyone was stunned as she walked out of the trauma room. So definitely a brilliant moment. She's going to be the head physician when Dr. Robby goes out on sabbatical. So she really has been at times an antagonizing character. You don't know what she's doing with the AI, but at the end of the day, she's very competent in what she does, and she is extremely smart and knows what she's doing, even though it might take a lot of changes to occur at the Pitt once Dr. Robby leaves the emergency room. So those are my top 5 and honorable mention moments from the Pitt Season 2, Episode 10. Tell us what your favorite moments were from this episode by commenting down below. Like, share, and subscribe for more content like this, and we will see you next video. All right, take care, everybody.